And they say, what is the difference between a neurotic and a psychotic? And we do have a therapist here, so I have to be very careful about my terminology to make sure I get it right. The neurotic builds castles in the sky, and the psychotic lives in them. And the psychiatrist collects rent. I'm reminded of this because this is an amazing story. It's about somebody who's actually building castles. He's dreaming about a ladder that ascends up to heaven. It's called a sulam, which is actually very similar to the word in Arabic for peace, which is salam, which is related to shalom. He builds this castle in the sky. But you notice the foundations of it are on the earth. This, my friends, is an archetype for what the Jewish people is all about. We are a people of dreamers. We dare to dream big. We dream of ascending all the way to the heavens. But how could any of us get there? That's a long jump. It's kind of hard to fly there, especially 3,000 years ago. How would you do it? My friends, this story tells us how to do it. One step at a time. The ladder allows you to go from here all the way up there as high as you want, one rung at a time. Now, many of us think, well, I can't get to heaven. That's too difficult. But can you take one step up? Can you be a little kinder? Can you do a good deed? Can you lift up the spirits of someone? Can you participate, as you are today, in this service and get a little bit higher? And then the next day, a little bit higher? That is practical. In fact, that's how human beings came to be, through evolution. Exceptionally gradual progress that you could not even see from one generation to the other. But nevertheless, it occurred. That's how we got to be the way we are. That's how the Jewish people came to be. If you look at the Torah, it's primitive. Many parts of it are barbaric. Many parts of it are cruel, unscientific. How did we get to how we are today? Because we didn't say that this is inerrant and can't be changed. Yes, our ancestors found ways of trying to rationalize the irrational, and they tried to find ways to make it seem like it was God's word. But today, we don't have to do that anymore. We can simply say, we have progressed with science, with reason, with philosophy, with the arts, with music, with progress. My friends, what the Torah is trying to tell us is nothing less than that we humans are capable of godliness, that we are capable of ascending to the heights of heaven. Not all religions believe that. Many say, no, you were born evil. You can't ascend to that. Your nature is evil. You can't ascend to that. Or they say your fate is fixed. The best you can hope for is just accept your fate and be done with it. And maybe in the next lifetime, maybe something better will happen. Or many religions teach that human beings on their own, we're not going to make it. We have to wait till the next life, the next world. And there's no evidence that such a world exists. Not Judaism. Judaism gives us the blueprint. And it says that you can do it. And our people have been doing it ever since. One step at a time. Seeking the heights of heaven. And as the angels went up and down, each of us can be like an angel, bringing these teachings, bringing love, bringing the light of reason, bringing that back down to earth to fulfill our sacred mission. But my friends, too many of us don't take it seriously. We think we're not capable. We think, well, we're only human. We think, well, Judaism doesn't really expect that of us. All we're supposed to do is just, come to synagogue and say a few prayers. That's not why our ancestors gave their lives for our heritage. That's not why they risked it all to preserve the Torah. It wasn't just for some mindless rituals. It was to be mindful, not mindless. Mindfulness, that's what the therapists teach us. To appreciate what we have, to strive to do better, to set goals for our life, and to find the thrill of achievement and accomplishment, and going up higher and higher, one rung at a time. Each one of us are capable of doing that. That's why we have this wonderful story. It's the dream of the Jewish people. It's a dream that we have been able to accomplish many times over. They say, build your castles in the sky. That's where they belong. Now lay the foundations. And it's up to each one of us to lay the foundations. Our people are nothing without all of us doing it. And it's not just the rabbi or the teachers or the cantors. Each one of us has the ability to ascend to great heights and be part of this mission, and also to advance human knowledge and learning so that Judaism, as it happens here with cosmic Judaism, can evolve, can grow, and can introduce something that the world hasn't seen before. Imagine if we were stuck with Ptolemy. The earth is the center of the universe, and you can't change that. Where would we be if nobody challenged that and said, no, that's not true? It can be changed. But my friends, I just want to share with you also something that was raised by Bert. We have today, despite these great dreams of the Jewish people, we have people who don't see these dreams at all. In fact, they don't see anything positive about the Jewish people. And partly because the Jewish people doesn't even see the dreams that we have. We don't even understand what it really means to be Jewish. It's not just showing up in synagogue. It's nothing short of radically changing the world. But we have people who not only don't share that dream, they want to try to destroy us because they don't believe in that dream. They believe in might makes right. They believe in raw power. They don't believe in the power of love. They believe in the love of power. We've seen them. They rear their ugly head. And as was mentioned, we see it today. We saw it in the past in the 30s, and there was a great rabbi named Joachim Prinz who fled Nazi Germany. And he said, I saw it all. I saw the evil. I saw the destruction. I saw the carnage. But the worst thing I saw, the most shameful thing I saw, was silence. A great cultured nation became a nation of onlookers. We were silent in the face of cruelty, barbarism, and atrocities. That was the greatest evil. My friends, today we also have people, groups, even political parties that pretend to not see the fascism around them, to not see the evil, to not see the anti-Semitism, to look the other way, to be silent, to be complicit. We should call them the Nazi Party. Because the lesson of history is that if you turn away and you don't rebuke and repudiate and reject these hateful teachings, then you will eventually be taken over by it. And my friends, it will take you over, and then you become complicit, and then it becomes you. And if there is a political party that refuses to reject and renounce anti-Semitism loud and clear, then they should be called the Nazi Party until they reject fanaticism, fascism, and anti-democratic insurrection. And we have an obligation to help them to see. We are the light to the nations. And my friends, when we speak up and remember our identity, and not allow anyone to allow us to commit self-imposed identity theft by forgetting that we're Jews, the light, and try to get us to be quiet. We need to speak up, and when we do, we will be the light of the nations, and then there will be no more Nazi parties. Everyone will be able to see through these candles. They'll be able to see through the light of love, the light of reason, light of Rahmanis, and then the dreams of our prophets will be true. And we will create a world, as my dad used to say, brimming with brotherhood, joyous with justice, and shimmering with shalom. Shabbat shalom.